Remy, you are up here supporting the victim. We done had six Chrome events.
Remy Ma and Papoose's relationship has always been a subject of intense public fascination. Their bond was once hailed as a beautiful example of loyalty and love, especially in the face of adversity. When Remy Ma faced legal troubles and was incarcerated, Papoose's dedication to her was unwavering. He canceled shows, gave up opportunities, and made countless trips to visit her, often traveling for hours to spend just a short amount of time with his wife. His devotion was evident to anyone who observed their dynamic, and many saw Papoose as the epitome of what a loving, supportive husband should be. But in recent months, the narrative around their relationship has taken a dramatic turn. Rumors of infidelity, betrayal, and emotional turmoil have swirled around the couple. It was initially reported that Remy Ma had cheated during Papoose's absence, a revelation that shocked many fans who had long viewed them as a solid couple. Despite these allegations, Remy Ma seemed unfazed and even defended her actions, stating that she was perfectly happy with her new partner. This was a striking contrast to Papoose's consistent loyalty throughout their marriage. As the rumors surrounding their relationship grew more intense, people began to question Remy Ma's commitment to the marriage. For years, Papoose had made sacrifices for her, including abandoning his own budding music career to be there for her. He didn't hesitate to drop everything to ensure that Remy never felt alone during her time in prison. He visited her regularly, even if it meant making the long journey to Bedford Correctional Center. In interviews, he spoke with deep admiration and affection for his wife, always championing her strength and resilience. He was committed to their marriage in a way that many people could only dream of. Yet, despite all of Papoose's sacrifices, there were whispers that Remy Ma didn't value the relationship in the same way he did. She continued to assert that she was perfectly fine and didn't need Papoose to visit her as frequently. She even told him to take it easy after a year of daily visits, but Papoose continued to show up for her, proving just how deep his love ran. While many admired his dedication, some wondered if Remy Ma had truly appreciated everything he had done for her. As the years passed and Remy Ma was released from prison, the couple exchanged vows over the phone. This was a symbolic moment in their relationship, but as time went on, things began to unravel. Papoose, ever the faithful husband, continued to protect their relationship, even in the face of rumors and speculation. There were claims that he had cheated on Remy Ma, even fathering a child with another woman during her time in prison. These rumors were quickly put to rest when Papoose vehemently denied them, publicly defending his integrity. He took to social media to make it clear that he loved his wife and would never betray her trust. He also addressed the claims with humor, stating that if he had cheated, it certainly wouldn't have been with someone ugly. But the rumors didn't stop there. As their relationship seemed to deteriorate further, Remy Ma was seen out and about with another man, leading to even more speculation. This time, it was a young battle rapper named Bad News. The two were spotted together, showing off matching watches and looking incredibly close. The public, of course, jumped to conclusions, assuming that this was the new man Remy Ma was seeing. It was clear that Remy was moving on, and many wondered if Papoose's unwavering loyalty had been repaid with betrayal. Some fans began to feel sympathy for Papoose. They saw him as the man who had been there for Remy during her darkest times, only to be left behind when she found someone new. There were even claims that Papoose had physically confronted Remy's new man, as rumors circulated that there was tension between the two. People couldn't understand why Remy would leave a man who had shown her nothing but love and support. It felt as though Papoose had been the right guy for the wrong woman. As the drama continued to unfold, another layer was added to the situation when Remy Ma's son, Jason Scott, was arrested on serious charges related to a violent crime. This added immense stress to an already complicated situation. Remy Ma stood by her son, publicly asserting his innocence, but the arrest cast a shadow over her personal life. It was unclear how this would affect her relationship with Papoose, but one thing was certain: the public scrutiny was only intensifying. Meanwhile, rumors continued to swirl about Papoose's response to all of this. He was allegedly moving on, dating someone new. This woman, who was reportedly a boxer, seemed to be someone who had captured Papoose's attention in a way that Remy Ma hadn't in years. This new relationship was reportedly being kept under wraps, with Papoose trying to maintain privacy and protect his budding romance from the prying eyes of the public. Despite the pain he had endured in his marriage to Remy Ma, it seemed that Papoose was finally ready to live his life on his own terms. As for Remy Ma, she was said to be struggling with feelings of insecurity and jealousy. Reports indicated that she was constantly talking about getting back together with Papoose, even after everything that had happened. She reportedly hoped that time would heal the wounds in their relationship and that they could reunite once the dust had settled. However, it seemed that Papoose was not interested in revisiting the past. He had moved on and wasn't looking back. The situation was complicated by the fact that Remy Ma had never fully taken responsibility for her actions. Instead of acknowledging her infidelity, she seemed to blame Papoose for not doing more to keep their marriage intact. She had humiliated him in the public eye, yet now it was as if she expected him to fix everything. This left many people frustrated, especially those who had witnessed the sacrifices Papoose had made for her over the years. They believed that Remy Ma was the one who had let the relationship slip away, and it was unfair for her to place the blame on him. On social media, fans weighed in on the situation, with many expressing their disbelief over what had transpired between the couple. Some sided with Papoose, feeling that he had been wronged by a woman who had taken his loyalty for granted. Others believed that Remy Ma was simply a victim of circumstances, and that she had been driven to find solace elsewhere due to the strain of being separated from her husband. But regardless of the opinions, the reality was clear. Their relationship was over. The internet had a field day with the drama, with many users commenting on the disintegration of what had once seemed like a fairy tale relationship. People were quick to point out that Papoose had done everything right, and yet he was left with nothing but heartache. Some even argued that Remy Ma had set him back, making it harder for men in relationships with strong women to be treated with the same loyalty and respect. But despite all the negativity, Papoose remained steadfast in his decision to move on. He was tired of being caught up in the drama and was ready to embrace a new chapter in his life. The heartbreak he had endured was difficult, but it seemed that he was finally letting go of the past. As for Remy Ma, she was left grappling with the consequences of her actions. She had lost a man who had been there for her through thick and thin, and now she was facing the repercussions of her choices. Her relationship with Papoose was beyond repair, and she was left to reflect on everything that had transpired. But even with all the support from her fans, it seemed that the love and loyalty she had once taken for granted were gone. The future for both Remy Ma and Papoose was uncertain, but one thing was clear. Their marriage had come to an end, and there was no turning back. Fans could only speculate about what would happen next, but for now it seemed that both had moved on from the past and were focused on building new lives for themselves. As time passed, the public's interest in their relationship began to fade, but the lessons learned from their tumultuous union remained. Loyalty, trust, and respect are essential in any relationship, and it's clear that Papoose had been the epitome of all three. Unfortunately, sometimes love isn't enough to overcome betrayal and heartbreak. And while it's easy to look back and wish things had turned out differently, the reality is that Remy Ma and Papoose's story is one of love lost, but also of resilience and growth.